Senator Crystal Asige. That was very deep and incisive and precise. And as men, I want to assure her we have learned a lot. And some of us are gender champions. So you always have our support. And I agree that, Madam Speaker, on this report in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, I think we went last time as a committee chairpersons, liaison committee to Kuala Lumpur, KL, and Malaysia is a very good city. I'm happy that in this report that has been presented by Senator Enoch Wambua on Artificial Intelligence Conference that was convened on IPU and Commonwealth CPA, Commonwealth Parliamentary Association, that the issue of AI, Madam Speaker, is now becoming a serious concern. Madam Speaker, we are living in, there was an agrarian revolution during agrarian industrial age, information age. Madam Speaker, we are now in digital age and we cannot run away from AI. Madam Speaker, the artificial intelligence is here to live with us, and I want to agree with my colleagues who have indicated that AI play a critical role in gender, in parliament, in democracy, in elections. And you remember the case of Precambrian during the 2017 analytic Cambrica, even the evolution of AI has been very steady. Madam Speaker, it has to note that artificial intelligence also is being used in war. You have noted, Madam Speaker, that even the ongoing war between Iran and America, artificial intelligence is being used largely. So AI will become part and parcel of our lives. Madam Speaker, I want to say also I was surprised in last year when I appeared before the panel when I was presenting my thesis at the LLM in the University of Nairobi. I was impressed by the lecturers, panelists who allowed me to use AI. I remember, Madam Speaker, when I was in my undergraduate, AI or anything to use internet was considered Mwakenya. You could not use because it was not allowed. But now, even in academics, Madam Speaker, you are being allowed to use AI. And even I want to appeal to colleagues that even AI, Madam Speaker, you can do research, you can do bill drafting. And I think what this meeting, Madam Speaker, in Kuala Lumpur on AI, artificial intelligence of parliament, is that as a parliament, we must take leadership. But Madam Speaker, it is premature to come up with a bill on AI. We should just restrict ourselves to AI policy, as my colleague has referred to, because AI is evolutionary. It will continue to be evolutionary going into the future. Madam Speaker, I want to say also, as a country, we are the leaders in usage of internet, followed by Nigeria and South Africa in the continent. And that is a very significant, Madam Speaker, because artificial intelligence must be used to address in parliament, in leadership, in public participation, in elections, in gender. And I think in this report, my sister, Senator Crystal, has captured ably on the role of AI and gender, Madam Speaker. Even in the use of oversight, the use of democracy. Madam Speaker, these are issues that we can, and I want to confirm, I heard my colleague who alluded that the Kenyan government has done something, but I want to inform the House that the projection is by 2027, we would have laid 100,000 kilometers worth of fiber cable across the country. That means there will be connectivity of internet and the usage of internet that will spur and allow the usage of AI, Madam Speaker. It has to come to attention of this House that, Madam Speaker, under the broad-based government, we have been able to have ICT hubs across 290 constituencies. And the future is that we must have an ICT labs in 1,150 wards across the country so that the young people can have opportunity, Madam Speaker. I agree with you, Madam Speaker, that as a country, we don't have enough job opportunities for the young people. Madam Speaker, you have heard, we had a discussion, a very hot discussion on the usage of Nyota, on the issue of Hustler Fund. Madam Speaker, we want to create opportunities for young people. Not all young people can get Nyota funds. Not all young people can get Hustler funds. Not all young people can go Kasi Maju, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, not all young people can be employed. We must be a fact. And I heard yesterday, Madam Speaker, when you were contributing about during your time in the university. And those times were very interesting, that you used to eat sausage and eggs and you used to get allowances. I'm surprised. And buttered bread, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, you live like Cherargei children in your time in the university, Madam Speaker, and even buying a bomb box radio, or what was the name? I know Senator Veronica Maina can inform me because you are in that era of enjoying good things, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, you are like Cherargei babies, Madam Speaker, which we didn't have advantage. As you finish school and you join what we call KTN, Kenya Tamaking Network. During your era, you used to do interview before even being employed. You know where you are going to work, Madam Speaker. But because of baby boom, because of population increment, Madam Speaker, we have to live with reality. And one of the ways to give opportunity, and I want to thank, Madam Speaker, I rarely give accolades, but I want to thank the county government of Nairobi, because they have allowed young people to do their content creation, to do the videos, to do shorts, Madam Speaker, on the streets of Nairobi. I was going with the minority leader somewhere yesterday, and young people are allowed to do their TikTok videos, to do their content creation, to do their films. And I think I want to appeal, Madam Speaker, all counties must give young people without charging anything to use the cities and towns to shoot their content, Madam Speaker. Because the future is in internet, we can create opportunities, Madam Speaker. My third point, Madam Speaker, I have heard, I know this proposal might not sit well with a number of people. Madam Speaker, we are aware, and allow me with the indulgence, that Nico Kadi, even me, Cherargei Nico Kadi, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I want to appeal to IEBC to also use the possibility of artificial intelligence, Madam Speaker. That is why, Madam Speaker, there was a proposal that when you are born in this country, you must be issued a security number. It would have been easy to register our children in school, to register for national identity card, to register for elections, Madam Speaker. I am aware for a couple of almost 10 years, 34.1 or plus million Kenyans have been issued with the current generation of identification card, Madam Speaker. Why is it that we have people who do not have or cannot be voters in this country? And the Constitution, you are a senior lawyer in this country, Madam Speaker, the Constitution provides for political rights, that each and every Kenyan must have a right to participate in political process, Madam Speaker. And I'm aware, Madam Speaker, you are having special delegates conference tomorrow of ODM, one of the largest political parties in this country, and we wish you well as you put your house into proper perspective, Madam Speaker. We must allow Kenyans to enjoy their political rights. And the only way, why don't the IEBC, in this during voter registration of Nico Kadi, why don't they allow the use of artificial intelligence? So that I am sad, Madam Speaker, with this day and era, that young people are queuing, long queues, Madam Speaker, to register as voters. And that one that discourages, Madam Speaker, you have to appreciate this generation, a generation that they are like instant coffee. They want their things chap-chap, faster, faster. Sorry for using that. They want their things to be done faster, Madam Speaker. How do we integrate artificial intelligence in the usage of elections, in registration, in voting, in management of elections, Madam Speaker? I am cognizant that you have been a very key member in ODM, especially in the issues of management of elections and even the management of ODM party. Madam Speaker, we must integrate the use of artificial intelligence in, and I know my colleagues or people who do not have a similar political affiliation might think that we are saying this to propose or to allow rigging. Madam Speaker, in fact, this one will eradicate rigging. Because if you use AI, in my polling station, at Cheptarit Primary School, Mosoriat Lelmokwangejek Ward, Chesumei constituency, Nandi County. By the time I vote, Madam Speaker, it will be known I have voted. It will be easy. And the era of rigging of elections, the era of mismanagement of elections can be finished with artificial intelligence, Madam Speaker, because they are on time, they are efficient, they are prompt, and they are reliable and simple as per the tenets of the Constitution, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, another point, we as a parliament, we must take, and I have noted in the report, we must also use AI to improve oversight. Madam Speaker, we sit as PAC, Public Accounts Committee. I know you sit as the Vice Chair of the Devolution Committee. You try and look at the projects in Kakamega. You know, the last time I saw you separating people who are almost going physical, Madam Speaker, and the Bible says, happy are those who are called peacemakers, because they will be called the children of God, and I know you are one of them. I saw you were struggling to look at the projects. As a Public Accounts Committee, when we sit, how do we verify the projects in Bungoma, in Mombasa, in Murang'a, in your county, Madam Speaker? I know you come from all those 5 counties. You are the senator of the entire Western Kenya. The projects in Western Kenya, Madam Speaker, how do we know if we cannot quantify and use AI as a parliament to do oversight, to do representation, to do public participation, to do democracy, Madam Speaker? Madam Speaker, even the issue of political parties, Madam Speaker, you have to appreciate tomorrow, as the United Democratic Alliance Party, we shall be having nomination of Emurua Digiri constituency in Narok County. You know, Madam Speaker, we lost our colleague, the Egnima, the Indifiable, Honorable Johanna Ngeno Ngong, Madam Speaker, through a tragic air crash in Nandi County a couple of weeks. So tomorrow, Madam Speaker, will be going for nomination. The parties must start using AI for efficiency. So this issue of starving ballot papers must stop. And I'm happy that UDA, Madam Speaker, we did 3 weeks ago using the gadgets. And I know ODM, you are the first one, you use it in your nomination in 2022. Madam Speaker, we want that efficient so that the people of Emurua Digiri constituency, as they go tomorrow to give us a UDA nominee candidate, be it Mheshimiwa David Keter Line or Bernard Ngeno, famously known as Blue, or any other candidate who will be nominated as a UDA nominee and a broad-based government candidate, Madam Speaker, we should be able, the people of Emurua Digiri should be able, this is our choice. And I'm speaking, Madam Speaker, knowing that the People's Secretary General of UDA, Madam Veronica Maina, Senator, is following, and she's the one who said, so that when the people of Emurua Digiri, Madam Speaker, go to elections, they will get their candidate that rightfully belongs to them, Madam Speaker. And I want to appeal to the people of Emurua Digiri that they should maintain peace. They should be aware that tomorrow's UDA nominations will be free, fair, and we will get the best, may the best candidate win, be it either Mheshimiwa David Keter, known as Line, or Mheshimiwa Bernard Ngeno, known as Blue, and any other candidate, Madam Speaker. So I want to appeal. The use of AI should be ensured that political parties also use for efficiency, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, you and me have participated in many elections, and we know the danger of especially nominations in political parties. You find the wrong candidate is given nomination and the right candidate is, and that is why in 2022, there were emergence of many independent candidates because most of the nominations were bungled, Madam Speaker. The only way for political parties to come out is to use AI, Madam Speaker. Finally, because I've seen my time is fast spent, is on the issue of data protection, data sovereignty, Madam Speaker, and privacy. We can also use AI, and I want to appeal to Data Commission. Madam Speaker, it interests you that, are you aware, most hospitals are poor in data protection. They expose the privacy of most of our patients. I saw the Office of the Auditor General report in Maraba Sub-County in Nandi, in Kapsabat County Referral Hospital, in Mosoria Sub-County Hospital, in Chepteroi Level 4. One of the key issues in most of our hospitals, including Kenyatta National Hospital, Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Referral Hospital, the famous Russian in Kisumu, Madam Speaker, is most of them, Madam Speaker, their only flag that the OAG has flagged them is that the data protection is very weak. And that is what we have noted at County Public Accounts, Madam Speaker. So we want to appeal that the use of AI should only be used in parliaments. We want to appeal to county assemblies, the county assemblies across the country, to also integrate AI for the efficiency of representation, oversight, public participation, Madam Speaker, and lawmaking, Madam Speaker. I know the issue of gender, which you are very passionate about it. I am aware, Madam Speaker, even gender-based violence. And I want to agree with what Senator Asige said. He forgot to mention a lady called Mercy Claire, who an estranged lover poured an acid on her face, Madam Speaker. While we thank former Governor Mike Sonko for standing with her, it is unfortunate, and I want to appeal to all men. Ukiachwa, achika. Including Rigathi Gachagua, Madam Speaker. That is the point, that, Madam Speaker, if you have left, there is no need to destroy the face of a beautiful girl, Madam Speaker. Even if you paid school fees. Who told you to pay school fees? Are you the parent? Hata kama alikula fair. We condemn, Madam Speaker, the pouring of acid to that Mercy Claire, and we wish her well, and she will continue singing for the Lord because she sings in SDA choir. With many remarks, Madam Speaker, I beg to support this report of AI before this House. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Senator Okia Okoiti Andrew Omtata, Senator for Busia.
Madam Speaker, Thank you for the opportunity to contribute in support of this report. AI has been with us for a very long time. I remember the first time I encountered a mathematical calculator. It mesmerized me how it could be done, that a machine could be adding figures and giving answers and could be answering all that. And so, but all that, all along, we have positioned ourselves as consumers. My pitch would be that we think of moving Kenya from being the Silicon Savannah to being the AI capital of Africa. Madam Speaker, Kenya is associated with innovations like M-Pesa. We have a young dynamic population. And recently, the government launched the National AI Strategy 2025-2030. That was in March 2025 last year. We must now develop a vision to become Africa's leading hub for AI model innovation, research and development, and commercialization. And also doing so while driving inclusive growth. We must begin looking